start the session now. A warm welcome everyone again to Conscious Baking Collective. So there will be new people who will be joining today's session. So I'll just explain what the community is all about. So we are basically the warriors who have chosen healthier flours, then butter over dalda. Then we totally detest artificial colors. No non-dairy whipping cream is used. So anything that doesn't suit our stomach, we just don't want to put in our stomach or in our family's stomachs or in our clients' stomachs. So the main, I think the gist is what we eat as a family, we would like to serve the same to our clients as well. And that is what Joy has been doing. And I'm really proud of you, Joy, for whatever you're doing. And you have chosen the healthier part. Over to you, Joy. Just tell us more about yourself, about your venture, Bake Me and Beyond.
Yeah, thank you so much, Abba. It's so nice to be here. And hi, everyone over here for joining us today along with Abba. So our life is so beautiful, isn't it? So when we look around, it is so beautiful and it is full of colors, whether it's a rainbow or a deep blue sea, or the evening twilight or the full moon night. When we see through our windows, we see the beauty of God's creation. That is all behind us. But okay, so here I am Joy Janish, co-founder of Bake Me Beyond. So how it all started, Bake Me Beyond. So it was in the year 2016, I think. We had a baby shower ceremony, and we had ordered a cake, and it was a royal emulsion too. That's how we even now talk about it at home. So it is like royal emulsion too. When I say it is blue, it is a real chemical. So our hands, our mouth, everything was fully blue. And that day we felt so much guilty, feeding to our guests and everyone the cake. We felt so guilty. And from that moment, the spark came in and we started our lives towards consciousness and mindfulness. Okay, and over the span from 2016, over the span of 2 years, after a lot of trials and experimentation, so when I say we, it is me and my hubby Janish. We built Bake Me Beyond from scratch. So in the year 2018, so finally we launched this venture of ours. So this is about Bake Me Beyond and myself. So we have been into an organic lifestyle. Our regular cooking and everything is fully organic. And okay, so a little introduction. I think that is enough for us. We'll move on to our present thing, the colors. So when I say colors, yes, we can see a lot of hues around us. When we look around, we can see, and all the colors that are there around us, can it be made into a frosting or can it be used in food? There are few limitations, yes, but it can be made. So some of the colors that are available at our homes, our pantries or our home garden are, so pink, we can see around orange. The first thing we see around is green. It is then blue and it's purple and then brown and black. So all these are like easily can be, used in baking or in cooking as well. All these colors can be. So when we say pink, okay, and I want you all to comment if you have used any of these colors in your baking or in your cooking. You can just let us know. And if you haven't started, please take a step today to include, plant-based colors which nature has, genuinely provided us. Okay. And then, so when we say pink, so pink we can get from, so this is the strawberry. I hope you can all see this. So this is a color which I made from strawberry and this is raspberry. So pink, these are all pink and this is beet. So all these three gives lovely pink color. And so here is an example of the pink color that you can see. And next, when we say yellow, Yellow we can get from turmeric, which is like always there in our, it's a staple. No, it's always there. So this is the yellow that you can get. And the other thing is everyone's favorite, I think, that's the mango. So here is a mango. So you can generally use mango, and this is how the frosting looks when you use mango in a frosting. Is it clearly visible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay. Then when we say green, so green is a little tricky. So there is spinach, and there is, you can use matcha. So it's a matcha green tea powder. So that you can use. And okay. So here is the frosting, which look like, you'll get a very pastel green. So I'll tell you why we'll get a pastel green and not a very good one. Okay. And the next one is, so we'll have blue. So for blue, we will be using, blue matcha, or you can say the pea butterfly pea flower. Okay, so this is easily available for us. So this is how you can get blue, and then comes purple color. So purple we can easily get from our blueberries or blackberries. Both will give us a very good blue color. And lastly, our favorite, and black, we can get it from activated charcoal. And our favorite is cocoa powder. We can get different shades of brown from, like skin color to dark brown. So these we can easily get from different shades. So these are the ones that are easily available. So all these are available and all these can be made. So you have seen the proof that it can be made. But we have three limitations, or the three concerns that we have to look into is whether it will alter our taste, or whether it will change the consistency. Okay. And what about the colors, and about the colors? So these are the 3 points that we have to check. So will it be palatable, or can it be used as raw as it, or how it to be used? So the first thing that each and every one of us need to set is our limitations and our expectations. Our expectations need to be set right when we are using plant-based food color, because we will not be getting, a deep burgundy, or an emulsion blue, something like that. We will not be getting. We will only get light pastel shades, because we can't cross the limitations of adding too much into it. So we have to, keep experimenting which works well. It should be palatable. The first thing is it should be palatable. So when it comes to fruits, we can add as much as you want. I can empty the whole bottle of mango, but then my consistency would change. So I can't use the whole sauce into it. Okay, so this has to be taken into consideration. So there are two methods of extraction which work very well for me over these years of experimentation. And those are, first is powder based. So for powder based, I have shown you three examples, like the matcha green tea, the butterfly blue matcha, and then we have the beetroot powder. So beetroot powder we can, extract by ourselves at our home. So you can sun dry the beetroot and you can get the beetroot powder. It's as simple as that. So there is no demo required for beetroot powder. It is easily available. So, and the next one is the gel based one. So we need to get a gel consistency. Never add a puree to your frosting, because your frosting will split, or your consistency of your frosting will change. So we always need to have it in the sauce consistency. So let me show you how it looks. So, okay, can you see the consistency? So this is the consistency you need to look for when you're making your own natural colors. Okay, so how to make this? So I will just show you one example. So I have some, strawberries over here. Can you see? So to this, I'm going to add just a little bit of water, not too much, just a little bit of water. So as the strawberries get cooked, And just so this is around 200 grams of strawberries, and I'll just add just a teaspoon of this is unrefined brown sugar. You can see it properly. So this is unrefined brown sugar. So I'll just add this, and you have to simmer this for until it reduces to half. So it should get cooked and it should reduce to half. So until that, we have to simmer this. And so once it simmers, okay. So it can simmer, so you have to keep stirring and you have to simmer it. So once it simmered, you will get a consistency like this. So it will be like this. So there will be a little bit of pulp and everything in, along with it. But so when we want a frosting to be smooth, so for example, if you see here, this blueberry has little speckles over there. Why? Because I haven't pureed the blueberry. I've just used the whole blueberries and then I've taken the. So this method can be used for all the berries. Same method you can use it for all the berries. So be it raspberries. So this is a raspberry one. So it will have the seeds in it. So if we can see, the seeds will be here. So in our frosting, we want it to be smooth. For example, you can see this strawberry. The frosting is very smooth because this is the consistency I received from strawberry. So there isn't any speckles or anything. So you need to puree it carefully so that you will get a very smooth consistency. So this is how it works, the coloring. So I have here 3 different frostings with me. Okay, one is this is the ermine buttercream. It's eggless, and I have Italian meringue with me, so which has eggs, butter, and sugar. Ermine buttercream is a flour-based buttercream. I hope everyone would be knowing it. And here I have the regular buttercream. Okay, the American buttercream. So these are the 3 buttercreams I have. I'll just show you. I'll mix the color. So less is more. Whenever we say less is more when you are mixing the frosting. So I'll just add. Okay, this is quarter teaspoon. This is a quarter teaspoon, and I'm just adding just 3 drops over here. 3 big drops. So you can see only this much I've added. Let me mix it for you. So you'll get, so I started getting a beautiful pale color over here. So nothing has changed. The consistency did not change. My frosting is still holding on to the spatula. It hasn't fallen down. So make sure you get this consistency. Never allow your frosting to flop off.
So Joy, all the frosting, are they at room temperature?
Yes, all the frostings are at room temperature. So I have set them out a little early. So everything is. So now I got a very pale shade. So now I added 3 more drops. And so can you see the color change? It is changing to a lovely pink now. So I think I got the correct consistency of the cupcake, which I already have frosted earlier. See, it is the same consistency and still my frosting holds up. It's not falling down. So it hasn't altered at all. So this is how your consistency should be. So this is Italian meringue buttercream, the stablest of all buttercream, I would say. I'll just off that because I'm not taking care of it. Okay, so the next one is the usual American buttercream. So it is, so here, okay, so it is butter and sugar, that's it. So this was this icing sugar, I made it at home only. So this is, again, it is holding still. So again, I'll add the same pink frosting here, strawberry one. So can see the color change.
Yeah. So is it better to keep the icing consistency little stiffer and not add the liquid like milk or anything?
So the frosting should be as spreadable as, so it should be like if you frost it regularly, it should frost. So it should be spreadable, not too liquidy or not too sturdy, because we are, yeah, that's why I said we want the gel consistency.
Right.
It shouldn't be dropping fast, or it shouldn't be thick like a jam. It should be in between. It should be a little before the jam. So if you're making jams regularly, we know how far we go for the jam. It should be a little before that.
Okay.
So okay, so look here. This is the lovely thing that I got again from in this buttercream. So this is the American buttercream. Okay, and the next one is the ermine buttercream. Okay, so this is the ermine buttercream. So I have used wheat flour, milk, and sugar. So this is an eggless buttercream, and the limitation is you can with this buttercream is you can limit the sugar intake. So if you can add very less sugar, it will not be too sweet at all. So this is, so I'll just add over here a little. So you can see again the color is coming up very lovely. And so there is no error with the consistency or so if you want to add more cream, you can add, because there isn't any limitation here, because this is raspberry, it's a fruit. So fruit will enhance the flavor of the butter. So it will not make your, so if I'm using the beetroot powder over here, I have to consider how much I add. So whereas here I can add a little more to get a deep color. But whereas for beetroot I can't. And again for spinach I can't. And again for matcha I can't, because and again for turmeric I can't. I need to, so you have to see what the source is. So if your source is going to alter the taste, then you've got to limit it. So if your source is like mango or raspberry or strawberry or blueberry, you can add a little more. Nothing is going to harm. But you have to make sure that you are not going to affect the consistency.
Right.
So I hope it is also clear. So if you have any questions, if you want, I can just show piping one cup. I can show that. So if you have any queries, please do let know in the comment section. I can answer it.
So how does it work with the cream cheese frosting?
Cream
Especially
cheese
the fruit
and
icing.
yeah. So when we make cream cheese and cream frosting in organic, in the organic way, it is quite tricky only. Okay. So you can see how the petals, the layers are. So nothing has been altered. It's like as good as it is. So that's how the frosting should be. So make sure when you add, and when I taste it, I can taste the strawberry. Yes, I can taste it.
So you don't need to put any extract or anything.
There is no extracts required for it. The one advantage of using plant-based, natural colors is, or we are on a conscious level of baking. So when we add a little more, plant-based one, our nutrition gets added along with what we are having. So especially we need not to go for an extra nutrition. Anyway, we all know the berries, everything that we are using for colors has antioxidants and all the good things that we have. And so I hope the session was so clear, the demo.
Yeah, so yesterday when I was speaking with Joy, so I got to know that she takes out the cream also at home. And it's really inspiring. Like I personally, buy the cream from outside, the fresh cream, and mostly it is Amul. But now I'm getting inspired. I'm also going to try taking out the fresh cream at home and using that for my icing. So yeah, thank you so much, Joy. If you have any more questions about icing or any other colors or powders that you have used and it hasn't worked for you, please feel free to ask. And after a couple of minutes, I will show you the whipped ganache, how to do that.
Abba, you there?
Yeah, okay. So, so I will now show you how to make the whipped ganache. So I have already kept the ganache ready. So this is at room temperature, and I'll be taking out. Okay, so I've already made the ganache, and it's a very simple process. If you go on the Conscious Baking Collective group, there is Rakesh Saini who has explained everything about ganache and why we shouldn't be using compound chocolate. So you can search on the page, and you will find all details about ganache, like how different kinds of ganache are made. So this one is very simple. I've used 1 cup of 50% dark chocolate. I'm using Cocoa Mantra. So it has 33% cocoa butter. And if you see the ingredients are cocoa beans, unrefined sugar. So they don't use refined sugar. Then cocoa butter, and they have sunflower lecithin, which is a natural emulsifier. Then they have natural vanilla, and they have mentioned 50% refers to the percentage of cocoa solids. So I am reading the ingredients uh, um, just to make you aware that whenever you're buying a chocolate, please do read the ingredients, and please don't use compound chocolate. It's not even chocolate. So there is hardly 10% cocoa solids in that, and rest is vegetable fat, because you don't have to even temper compound. But this needs tempering if you want to make a chocolate. If you are vegan, then you can use vegan milk chocolate, which is made out of coconut sugar, coconut milk, cocoa butter, and again sunflower lecithin. This is 43%. So you can use coconut cream with this. So you can make a whipped ganache out of coconut cream also. So for the ganache, I've used 150 grams of chocolate. So you can get the bar and you can chop the chocolate. And these are the chocolate chips that I'm using. And I'm using Amul cream, which is 250 ml. So this one is at room temperature, which I just want to show how it looks. And this I left in the fridge for almost 1 hour, and I will be whipping this now. So after I made this batch, let it come to room temperature and put a lid and keep it in the fridge. If you want to fasten the process, you can keep it in the freezer for around 15 minutes, whip it and see if the peaks are going. So I'm whipping it. You can see. Automatically come to know when the peaks are happening. the cream is still runny and it won't pipe well after you put it in the piping bag, you can keep it for another 5-10 minutes. So I can see the pizza forming. So you can see the peaks now. I will put this in the piping bag. And if you think you want stiffer consistency, just keep it in the fridge again. So for this, maybe you were asking me, if you're here, what nozzle I used for the cupcake icing. So this is 199, which I'm using for the frosting. So all bakers who are new and who bake for their family, this is a good tip. Take a tall glass and put the piping bag in the glass so that you can pour the icing well. So I think this is still little runny. It should have been in the fridge for a little more time. And this ganache doesn't need any butter. So basically when we add butter in ganache, it just brings a very nice shine and smoothness when you pour the ganache on the cake. So this is fluffier and it is very light also. Yeah, so I made some whole wheat chocolate chip cupcakes. So I will be just frosting it. And let me just put 2 cherries on the top, and here you go. So I would have kept it for another 10-15 minutes in the fridge, or maybe 5-10 minutes in the freezer. It would have been perfect. And it's pretty warm right now. There is sun outside. So that's why it didn't set that well. So yeah, so this is the whipped ganache. So there are a few questions for Joy. How do you add powders like beetroot?
To the frosting or
To frosting.
yeah, you can start adding, a little by little. So if you have a cup of frosting, take, half teaspoon, first add it, mix it well, and then if you are not getting the desired color, you can add more. So the one thing with powdered is it will not alter your consistency most of the time. So it will be better. For gel, it is little liquid, but never add, watercolors. So never add the direct puree directly. So you can add, the powder. So directly to that, whip it. That's it. It's done. So here, when I was adding the gel, I was whipping it continuously. The same way you can, whip with the spatula, and your color is ready.
Have you tried adding the puree or gel to cake batter? Does it give color?
I have added the puree to cake batter and to breads. I have an gel. Gel, I have used it as the marble effect. I have tried with gels and I have got good results like for the marble effect. So if you are using, to get like a red velvet cake, if you want, you can add beets. But again, you will have a little taste of the beets. So with breads, it works very well. Like you can add, beet puree directly. So without cooking FRI. So if you cook it, so certain vegetables tend to change their nature when it is exposed to heat. So you need to have that in mind as well when using vegetables. you will not get the desired colors. So better to add it raw to the batter, either whether it's cake or to the bread batter. But when it comes to frostings, you need to either sun dried and powdered, or you need to make a gel.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Joy. Any more questions about colors? So I often struggle with this dark chocolate. So if it is 75% dark chocolate, it tends to split.
Yeah, so make sure what you do is, like when you are heating the chocolate, you will be heat the cream as well and the chocolate as well, and then start making the ganache.
Okay.
So both should be at the right temperature, and then the splitting will not happen.
Right, right. Got it. Okay. So I think we are ready to end the session now. And Joy is really humble to share her learning. So if you want to learn something else about how to use the flowers, or how to take the cream out at home itself, and how to use the cream, how to store the cream, like there are several aspects when it comes to dairy, and what concerns you have when by using different kinds of flour and gluten-free flours, please feel free to put your concerns in the comments, and we will see if we can have a few more sessions on the same. Thank you so much, Joy, and hope everyone got to learn something new today. So we will be ending the session now. Have a very good weekend. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.